The lives of 41 of our brethren, 41 Indian citizens, workers trapped inside that tunnel. We've all, over the last 17 days, become increasingly invested in their well-being, in their benefit, in the lives of their families, in their mental health, in their physical well-being, and whether they make it out alive. Today, we're so happy to tell you that the end is in sight. And I'd like to begin our broadcast this evening on Prime Time by thanking all of our viewers for agreeing with India today that this is the story that must quake the hearts of every Indian. 41 men inside a tunnel that was being built to increase connectivity in the Himalayas, trapped for 17 days, but their rescuers are now just 2 meters away from them. These are live pictures coming in from the rescue side of the Silkyara tunnel. The men you see here are all rescue personnel, each and every one of them a hero in his own right. They've got families, they've got parents, they've got brothers and sisters, they've got children who are all also worried about them entering this trap inside the tunnel to rescue their workers. Let's get you the very latest breaking that we're getting to right now. Well, the last stretch of this rescue operation has officially begun on day 17. Rescuers are now 2 meters away from the 41 trapped tunnel workers whose pictures we've been showing you through the last 17 days. Workers trapped inside that zone are to be pulled out very, very shortly is the indication that we've been given. Mattresses have been sent in. If you're wondering why mattresses have been sent in, that is probably to pull the workers out. Each worker will lie down on a mattress and each mattress will then be levered out through that lifeline pipeline. Ambulances are also on standby. We've got lots of pictures of several ambulances that have made their way till the tunnel's mouth, because you won't actually see the workers emerging and walking off from that lifeline pipe. They will be in an ambulance and taken to a hospital. We've got images of that hospital. Very importantly, an Indian Air Force Chinook heavy lift helicopter has landed at a nearby helipad and is on standby to airlift the workers away from Uttarakhand and possibly to a military hospital nearby where they will be given the immediate emergency treatment that some of them may require immediately after rescue. I want to go across to Suryagni Roy, who is currently, like I said, we've been getting you getting you voices not just of those who are trapped inside, but also their anxious family members. For a moment, imagine being the family member of a loved one who is trapped inside a tunnel and you don't know if they're going to be making it out alive. I'm proud to say we've been amplifying those voices every single day. Suryagni Roy is with me live with the family of one of the 41 trapped workers. Suryagni, what's happening where you are?
Well, Shiv, it takes
lots to be in the situation where these family members of the 41 people who are trapped inside are...
The 41 people who are trapped inside are over here at Hugli's Neemdinga. We are here at the residence of Joydeep Pramanik, who is stuck, and we are hopeful and we are praying that he will be out ASAP. This is the residence of that gentleman, and his father is there. I'll just request his father if he can speak to us. He has been very quiet over here. We'll try and speak to him. He'll speak in Bengali only. যা মনে হচ্ছে যে আজকে হয়তো কিছুক্ষণের মধ্যে 3-4 ঘন্টার মধ্যে সবাইকে সেফলি বের করে আনা হবে। কি বলবেন, মানে যা পরিস্থিতি এখন?
আজকে 17 দিন ধরে একটা উৎকণ্ঠা ছিল এবং 17 দিন কিভাবে কেটেছে সে ঈশ্বরই জানে। আর কিছুক্ষণ একটু উৎকণ্ঠা থাকতেই হবে। আর ঠাকুরের কাছে প্রার্থনা করি যে 41 জন আমার ছেলে, যারা আমার ছেলে এবং 41 জনের মধ্যে আমার ছেলেও আছে, ওই 41 জন যেন সুস্থভাবে বাইরে বেরিয়ে আসুক।
দাদা, কোথাও মনে হয় যে যেরম ভাবে লাস্ট 3-4 দিনে যেরম ভাবে কাজ হয়েছে, সেরম ভাবে যদি আগে প্রথম দিন থেকে হতো হয়তো তাড়াতাড়ি প্রথম 7 দিনে বেরিয়ে যেতে পারতো?
না, সেটা কেন মনে হবে? সব দিক দিয়ে সব চেষ্টা করেছে, এই চেষ্টা ত্রুটি করেনি। সব দিকে চেষ্টা করে আজকে এই নতিজায় পৌঁছেছে যে লাস্টে এইভাবেই করা উচিত সেইভাবেই করেছে আমরা এর মধ্যে কোনো আমাদের আক্ষেপ নেই ইয়েও নেই যে সরকার যত চেষ্টা পেরেছে ততইভাবেই করেছে
See, what he's saying is very simple, that they don't have any grievances, any complaints. All they want is just get them out ASAP, and not only about his own son, but also about the 40 other. He's called all of them his children, his sons. That's a strong message. You know, this is just one family, Shiv. Just think about the other 40 families who are going through the same pain for the past 17 odd days. And somewhere, you know, all these families are united as we are, and we all hope, including him, you, me, everyone, our camera person, that somehow all these 41 brave men who are stuck inside, get out as soon as possible. Shiv.
He is writ large, and the voices of each and every one of those families that we're putting out here on India Today. And may I just remind all of our viewers who are joining us at this time that we're the only channel with all of those 41 families. We've got a reporter literally in each and every one of those houses bringing you the voices of all 41 families that you will only see here on India Today and Aaj Tak. And all of them say one thing: they're very hopeful, but they do not want to celebrate too early until they actually see their loved ones. Piyush, my colleague, is with Lieutenant General Ata Hasnain, who you just heard briefing the country on developments as far as the rescue is concerned. Piyush, over to you.
Well, absolutely, Shiv. Right now we are joined with Lieutenant General Sayyid Ata Hasnain. Remember that he is the one who has been briefing media about all the rescue operations. Let me try to understand from him the current status of operations and how much time the rescuers are going to take out all the trapped workers who are still trapped in Silkyara-Barkot in Uttarkashi. So thank you for speaking to India Today. What is the current status? Where are these workers and how much time it will take to take out all the trapped workers?
As far as locations are concerned, there is no change since yesterday, except that we have progressed about 10 meters through the option we adopted of manual digging. Now that has been fairly successful. There were some obstacles which came in the middle. Those were taken care of through various cutters and a joint effort by the so-called rat miners, who are very talented people putting their lives at risk, doing a wonderful job in conjunction with the forces. They have gone 10 meters ahead and they had come across some obstacles which have been removed. We are hearing that there is sounds of this digging are being heard on the other side where the 41 people are stuck. And we hope that very soon there should be a breakthrough. If that is successful, then it will take a little time to stabilize the through and through tunnel. Some efforts will be made to send people inside. Drills have been worked out, and hopefully in about tonight's time, that's about 12 hours, we should be able to get most of the people out, provided there is no other obstacle which comes in our way. Now, I want to caution you, in all such operations, there is no predictability. There is always danger, which threatens the lives of not only the people who are being rescued, but the people who are actually carrying out rescue.
What can we expect? When can workers see the first ray of sunlight?
As I told you again, I am an eternal optimist. I do not lay down timelines. As I said from the day one, 5 days ago, I am the one who has been holding forth that in operations we do not ever commit ourselves to timelines. What I can tell you is every precaution is being taken to protect the lives of those who are 41 people who are inside, and all the many people from different agencies who are working together as a team. Their lives are also at risk, and we are making sure that this risk is minimized.
What processes are going to be followed when they come out?
Well, all administrative and logistic processes have been put into place. The district administration has worked wonderfully on this. The state government has done a lot of work. The Indian Air Force has come into it, and they've placed their helicopters at the right places. There are enough ambulances there. There will be some kind of a medical checkup when they come out. Some kind of a triage will be carried out. A prioritization will be done, and according to that, they will be moved. But all of them will ultimately go to the All India Institute of Medical Sciences at Rishikesh, where they're expected to stay 48 to 72 hours to ensure that they stabilize before they are discharged.
We have also seen pictures of few medical facilities. Those have been arranged there right inside the tunnel itself, just before the place where the rescue operation is going on. Can we expect them to stay there when they come out?
Well, it's important to give them some immediate medical assistance. Yes, I can confirm that at the tunnel mouth or nearby it, there are small medical facilities. There is even a 10-bed hospital nearby there to which they can be taken in case of an emergency. But by and large, most of them will be taken by road. If they can wait till the tomorrow morning, that final decision will be taken. If they can wait till tomorrow morning, they'll be taken by helicopter, by the Chinook helicopter, which is already parked at the airfield, which is 30 kilometers away.
Last question. Can we see them coming out tonight or tomorrow morning?
That is something that you and I should all pray for. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, so that's how Lieutenant General Syed Atta Hasnain Shiv has explained as to what are the processes those are being followed as far as this rescue operation is concerned. In fact, all the efforts are being put forth to do this rescue operation as soon as possible and take out all the trapped workers who are still stuck in Silkyara tunnel in Uttarkashi.
Piyush, thanks for getting us that very crucial conversation with General Atta Hasnain, who heads the National Disaster Management Authority. He's providing minute-by-minute updates of the rescue operation. He's also, added a bit of a reality check. Remember that the reporting so far has suggested that the pipeline has actually reached the trapped workers, but he suggests that there are still, maybe a couple of meters left to go and that they aren't in a hurry. They want to get this right. Amit Bharadwaj is live with me. Amit, on site. Amit. Yes, Amit, coming to you.
Yes, Shiv.
Yes, Amit, just take us through what the very latest is at this point of time. 2 meters to go, says General Atta Hasnain, but this feels like the final phase. Is it the final phase, Amit?
Indeed, Shiv, this is the final phase. This is the timeline that we have been waiting for, the visuals that we have been waiting for the past 17 days. These workers have been stranded out there for 17 days. And right behind me, all the ambulances are lined up. They are lined up on the track which was prepared by the BRO for the movement of the heavy machinery up to the hilltop. And right there, the visual since noon, what is coming is actually, these ambulances lined up. And many of times we have seen these ambulances going inside the Silkyara tunnel. Maybe the entire recce of the roadmap is being done. The place where I'm standing is the 0 mile of green corridor. Entire green corridor has been marked out by the authorities out here for the past 4 or 5 days. They have made several drills about the movement of the ambulances. A pilot escort vehicle is going to be the first vehicle in the green corridor, and after that, all the ambulances you will see moving one after other, taking these workers in the ambulances, and along with them will be the family members of those workers who have been stranded here for the past 17 days. These are final technicalities which are being dealt with. We were hoping that maybe by 6 or 8 in the evening, these workers will be out, but there's nothing to worry. If there is any delay happening, these are the technical aspects. I've been saying this continuously, Shiv. Even in our previous conversations, we have said the focus of the agencies is now to get these workers safe and safe and secure, to ensure their safety in terms of health as well as other conditions. And along with that, the safety of the rescuers is equally important, and that is why this morning, when it was very clear, rather in the night itself, when it was very pretty clear that the horizontal tunnel is bringing breakthrough early, the vertical drilling was stopped, and that was done because the rescuers didn't want a situation where you have the debris coming down, more rocks falling down, or the iron frames coming down, threatening not only the 41 workers who are stranded on the other side, but also the rescuers who are doing it from this side, from the portal. Very important, Shiv, part that even the opening of the rescue tunnel has been secured now. We have a frame of sorts which has been put in place.
Yes.
As you were just listening to the briefing from the national capital as well, the focus is also to stabilize the rescue tunnel. So all factors are being counted in, but we are waiting for those visuals of 41 workers stepping out of the tunnel one by one.
And that really is the visual that everyone is hoping for as quickly as possible. You know, one wonders whether we'll actually see them walking out, or will they be, you know, taken directly into those ambulances to be moved out of that location as quickly as possible. That's something we're hoping to see happen in the next few hours, hopefully not stretching till tomorrow. But very importantly, and Ashutosh Mishra, who's been on site for 17 days, is also live with us. Ashu, you know, important point mentioned there by Lieutenant General Hasnain when he says that none of the current efforts are being discontinued. Even though the horizontal lifeline has almost reached the workers, you know, the vertical drilling has not stopped. So they're keeping all of the backup plans active at this point of time.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we have been reporting that the other options were halted for a while, considering the main focus area, but those operations were never suspended. In fact, on 28th of November, there was a plan of a perpendicular to the tunnel, you know, a side drift, which was measured up to 180 meter length. In fact, all preparations were done. Even as we speak, there are team on the top of the hill, exactly where the vertical drilling was taking place. It was halted considering the breakthrough, which was very close today, and when the manual drilling started, and it went very successfully, very smoothly, because there were no major obstruction. Of course, at the end, when there was 2 meters left, there was a metal pipe, 3 to 4 pipes were there, and they were cut down by the the gas cutter and the conventional method these the rat hole miners use. So clearly, the major challenge at the moment is not any major obstruction. Everything has been cleared out, but sending a particular rat hole miner in a narrow passage is easier, but you have to use a narrow passage, escape tunnel, a mini tunnel, micro tunnel in the debris for the evacuation. So exactly at the end of the debris, you cannot restrict it and you cannot start evacuation. Because remember, there could be suspended heavy metals like rod, iron pieces, metal arch, and if that falls down, this will not only be a potential threat for those trapped workers, but also for the rescuers of the NDRF and SDRF who are on the across side. So the idea is, let the pipe, they have already welded the last pipe.
Yes.
They have already breached the mark. They have already made a breakthrough. Now the idea is to push the pipe at least 3 to 4 meter from the safe zone, from the threat zone, which is exactly the borderline. Because now you have the debris actually in a slopey way.
Yeah.
Now crossing 3 to 4 way, the auger machine, because there is no blade, you have to push it through the machine, and very carefully, because if there is any bend in the pipe, this will potentially jeopardize so far all these efforts.
Yes.
So very carefully, taking time with precision, slowly they are pushing the pipe, and maybe in an hour or so they will be able to go beyond the end of the debris line, 3 to 4 meter, and then the platform is already being made. Once they made a platform, it will be easy to them to rope with that belt with that stretcher equipped and wheel equipped with wheels, and then the evacuation will take place.
Correct.
Every personnel may not take more than 70 to 75 seconds, as it has been measured during the mock drill shift.
Okay, so 70 to 75 seconds per man. So, the overall, it could take somewhere less than an hour to bring each of those men, all of those men out, which is a very, very heartening figure. Ashu, continue to stay with me. I'm going to come back to you in just a moment. Quickly want to remind, because things are now moving very, very rapidly. We are given to believe that the rescue operation could happen very, very fast. Here are the top developments coming in. A Chinook helicopter, that's a real image of that Chinook helicopter that's been deployed, landing at the Chinyalisore airstrip, which is very close to the Silkyara tunnel mouth, where the 41 miners are trapped right now. It is estimated that it will take 3 to 5 minutes each to evacuate the 41 persons, not 3 to 4 minutes at least. The entire evacuation is expected to take 3 to 4 hours. Well, just as the operation nears its successful end, rescue teams are poised for, they pose for the camera, I beg your pardon, with smiles and flashing victory signs. This is right before they hit the area where the trapped workers are. Ambulances, stretchers and oxygen cylinders have been sent inside the tunnel along with the rescue teams. Meanwhile, preparations are complete at a community health center in Chinyalisore in Uttarakhand, very, very close by, for the treatment of the 41 workers. They will be brought here immediately after they are rescued and brought out of the Silkyara tunnel. Now, moments before the final rescue, family members of the stranded workers have been called to the tunnel as the operation intensifies. They are en route to the collapse site along with bags, waiting to meet their dear ones after 17 nightmarish, harrowing days. Well, in a solemn display of hope and unity, international tunneling expert Arnold Dix, who you saw first here on India Today, joined hands with a priest in prayer for the safe evacuation of 41 construction workers trapped inside the tunnel. This is an image that has gone more viral than any other today. Meanwhile, in a big breakthrough, Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Dhami says the final section of the exit pipe to reach the trapped workers has been laid. Evacuation process is to begin very, very shortly. He said this a few hours ago, and that still appears to be the case. Meanwhile, Union Minister General V.K. Singh continues to remain at the rescue site, taking stock of operations with other officials. Remember, the army has also become deeply involved directly and via the Border Roads Organization. Security has also been tightened at the rescue site. Heavy police deployment has been made outside the tunnel for smooth evacuation of the 41 trapped workers, which is likely to take place this evening. In fact, garlands have been brought to the Silkyara tunnel rescue site in anticipation of an early rescue of the 41 trapped workers. Those are the garlands you see there. Well, as the rescue operation hopefully nears the end, people outside the tunnel have been heard chanting Jai Shri Ram as they pray for the return of the trapped workers. And let me take you straight back now to the Silkyara tunnel area where the rescue operation is in its final stage. Mosmi Singh is live with me. She's been there as well. Mosmi, very, very tantalizing moments here because the family members have been called to the tunnel site. We can see images of all those ambulances. We've seen the hospital beds on the ready. People carrying garlands. There is an electric air of anticipation that the rescue is very, very close, very, very imminent. The difficult question that we need to ask right now is, could it happen today or could it still spill over into tomorrow?
Absolutely, Shiv. These are very nervous moments because there was a long wait of 17 days and perhaps in the afternoon there was a lot of anticipation, lot of excitement because it was as if just minutes from then, the workers would be out. But then, the briefing that happened in Delhi and it was said that 2 meters drilling is, perhaps manual drilling is still left, and that actually has put on hold the entire plan for celebration. It is a wait. They are waiting eagerly. You can see the entire stage is set for receiving the workers. 2-3 ambulances have been ferried inside. But the sun has already set, so it's dark outside. The administration is sorting out the logistics, how and where the workers would be taken from Chinyalisore, where a 41-bedded hospital has been readied. But the family members are also waiting, and the temperatures are dipping. It's like often the last wait becomes very, very grueling, and everybody is waiting patiently. We are told that the welding work has started. The last pipe is being laid out. We've spoken to the top officials of the central government in the afternoon, and at that time it seemed that the final rescue operations were about to get over in an hour. That was about at 3 o'clock. So there have been several delays. Perhaps this is just an example of how difficult this operation has been. Every day there have been ups and downs and climaxes and anti-climaxes that the agencies have faced, and still they have held on, and that's one reason that perhaps very soon, perhaps a little later in the night, we will see the smiling faces of workers meeting their family members.
Let's really, really hope so, because it's cold there. There was some rain earlier in the day. The weather could actually worsen in the days ahead. We'll talk about that after this very short break. Mosmi, thanks very much for the moment. I'll keep coming back to you. Our reporters on site there, whether it is Ankit, Mosmi, Ashutosh, Amit, doing an absolutely amazing job sensitively covering a story that involves the emotions and the anxieties of families. And that's the reason why I say it once again, India Today continues to be the most watched channel on all 17 days of this rescue operation. Let's pray with our fingers crossed that these 41 men emerge from their tunnel trap today. Very quick break. Non-stop coverage continues on the other side.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a B&P Group company.
For the last month, I've been crisscrossing the battleground states from Rajasthan to Telangana through Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. It's that reportage experience that I hope to bring to our coverage of the exit poll. Not just studio number crunching, but also the ground zero experience. The complete package on our exit poll coverage, the exact poll, only on India Today.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a B&P Group company.
आपको जब बोला गया आपको सैम मानिकशॉ करना है, सैम मानिकशॉ का ना एक स्वैगर था, the way he walked, the way he stood, the way he talked. आपने अपने आप को ढाला कैसे उस भूमिका में?
तो मुझे याद है जब हमारी पहली मीटिंग हुई थी मेरी और मेघना की, she just gave me one line brief about Sam Manekshaw sir. मेरे पास जितनी जानकारी थी वो ये थी कि of course the 1971 war, वो पहले फील्ड मार्शल थे और आर्मी चीफ थे जब 71 की वॉर हुई. और मेरे पापा मम्मी पंजाब से हैं, उन्होंने 71 की लड़ाई पंजाब में बहुत क्लोजली देखी है, तो उनसे मैंने बहुत किस्से सुने थे. When I met her, she only said they don't make men like him anymore. And I was floored and मैंने कहा मुझे स्क्रिप्ट भी नहीं पढ़नी, मुझे ये करना है. एंड बहरहाल हमारी जब जर्नी शुरू हुई तो रिसर्च इसमें बहुत ज़रूरी थी. कि लाइक जैसे आपने कहा कि वो कैसे चलते थे, कैसे बोलते थे, तो इसमें ट्रिकी पार्ट ये था कि हमने इस फिल्म में दर्शाए हैं उनके 40 साल जो उन्होंने सर्विस में दिए हैं। जितने उनके इंटरव्यूज हैं, जितने उनके वीडियोस हैं इंटरनेट पे, वो सारे तब हैं जब वो पोस्ट रिटायरमेंट थे, जब वो 75 ईयर्स ओल्ड थे, 80 ईयर्स ओल्ड थे। तो उससे ये समझना कि वो अपनी जवानी में कैसे चलते होंगे, बात करते होंगे, उसका कोई रेफरेंस नहीं था। तो मेरी रेफरेंस मेघना ही बनी, क्योंकि इन्होंने कई सालों की रिसर्च की हुई थी। जितने वीडियोस हो सकते थे, जितने इंटरव्यूज हो सकते थे, बुक्स हो सकते थे, उनके परिवार वालों से इंटरैक्ट किया बहुत ज़्यादा।
The best view of an Indian election is always from the ground, and I am back on the campaign trail, gauging the mood of the voter this election season. Join me, Preeti Chaudhary, as I come together with the #1 election team in the country, where we'll bring to you the most in-depth ground reports, the sharpest analysis, and the most accurate numbers on exit poll day, 30th November.
The last couple of meters of the tunnel rescue operation is currently in full swing. Rat miners are now working, like we've been reporting first, with the National Disaster Response Force teams. Rescuers are now inching ever closer to the 41 trapped workers inside the collapsed tunnel. 30 bedded facilities are ready at the tunnel site. An Indian Air Force helicopter is on scramble alert at a helipad very close to the tunnel's mouth to airlift workers tomorrow if that is deemed necessary. But a 41-bed hospital near the tunnel site has already been prepared at the Chinliasur area, where the first treatment of the workers will be taking place. So it's been a day of very, very rapid developments. 2 meters to go before that lifeline pipe actually reaches the trapped workers. But outside the tunnel, as you can see in these pictures and the other ones we're showing you, all preparations are in full swing, with indications that the trapped workers could be extracted as early as sometime this evening. Now, I understand, viewer, that this has been reported multiple times over the last couple of days, but that actually goes to the kind of uncertainty that has remained on the ground and the challenges that have emerged as a result of the momentum that has been gained by the rescue crews on the ground. Now, ever since news of the tunnel breakthrough happened, relatives of the trapped workers, their families have been celebrating. They've been celebrating in anticipation of the reunion with their loved ones. They will be meeting their family members very, very soon. We have no doubt at all. We have full faith in the rescue workers in just a short while from now. India Today spoke to some of them very close to the tunnel site. Listen in.
Past 16-17 days in Uttarkashi tunnel, and this is the residence of Shobhik Pakhira in Hooghly district of West Bengal, where her mother is now performing prayers for the sake of her son, because for the last 16 or 17 days they have been very depressed. They were only praying to the God, but now when the rescue work is on the verge of completing, the family is very happy. They are elated. They are now performing puja prayers. Now we'll talk to the lady who is the mother of Shobhik Pakhira. আপনার এখন কি খবর এসছে ওখান থেকে?
খবর এসছে বলতে সেই বিকালের দিকে যখন 2টোর পর খবর আসলো যে কাজটা সাকসেস হচ্ছে, তাদের এখনো তখন কিন্তু উদ্ধার করা হয়নি, সেই খবর আমাদের কাছে এখন এসে পৌঁছায়নি। আমরা এইটুকুনি খবর।
গত বিগত 17 দিন কেমন গেছে, মানে খুবই তো খারাপ অবস্থায় ছিল।
খুবই খারাপ অবস্থায় ছিলাম, তবু ছেলের মুখে যখন ভয়েস রেকর্ডের কথা দুদিন যখন হয়ে গেছে, দুদিনের পর শুনতে পাই, তখন বলছে যে এটা ছেলের গলা। আমি তখন বলছি হ্যাঁ মা, ছেলের গলা বুঝতে পারবো না, এটা আমারই ছেলের গলা। সেই থেকেই আমি বিশ্বাস করি না ছেলে আমার ঠিকই আছে। তারপর পরপর 2-3 দিন ভয়েস রেকর্ড ফোনের এতে পাঠায়, আমি তার গলার আওয়াজ শুনি, আমি বলি না ঠিকই আছে, সেও কথা বলে।
लखीमपुर खीरी के मंजीत टनल के अंदर थे और बाहर चौधरी उनके पिता खड़े थे। आज फैमिली मेंबर का ये कार्ड लगा हुआ है, हाथ में बैग है, चोट भी आई इस दौरान में उंगली पे, लेकिन मुस्कान अब दिखाई दे रही है चौधरी जी के चेहरे पे। वो संघर्ष जो 17 दिनों से यहाँ चल रहा था, कितना मुश्किल था आपके लिए?
हम सबको मुश्किल थी तो हमको भी मुश्किल थी। आज सब खुश तो हम खुश।
आंखों में आंसू आपके पहले से आ रहे हैं?
जी नहीं है, खुशी के आंसू। हाँ, खुशी के आंसू। कुछ
घर में फोन कर दिया?
जी फोन तो नहीं किया, हम तो चलाना ही मोबाइल नहीं जानते, किया नहीं, मगर खबर हो गई होगी वहाँ से,
ये मान के चल रहे हैं। क्योंकि आपकी पत्नी आसक पे थी, उस दिन वो बहुत घबराई हुई थी, अपने बेटे के स्वास्थ्य को लेकर चिंतित थी, और हम लोगों ने उन्हें कहा था कि सुरक्षित है मंजीत। आज उस बात पे भरोसा होगा जब बाहर आएंगे मंजीत?
बिल्कुल भरोसा होगा, खुशियाँ भी होगी, और वो खुशियाँ होंगी जो खुशी में।
अच्छा, ये बैग मैं देख रहा हूँ आप लेके खड़े हैं, इसमें आपके कपड़े हैं, मंजीत के भी हैं?
इसमें हमारे हैं, मंजीत की ये बैग।
अच्छा, मंजीत के लिए दूसरा आपने थैला पिट्ठू बैग रखा हुआ है।
यहाँ कपड़े यहाँ थे जो छूट गए थे, काम वो तो अंदर चला गया था, वही कपड़े आज।
तो ये लेके आप एम्बुलेंस में साथ बैठे?
जी जी।
कहाँ जाएंगे?
अब जहाँ जाएंगे वो तो हम नाम नहीं बता। जी जी ठीक ठीक।
क्या बेटे से कुछ सोचा है मन में? 17 दिनों में कितने ख्याल आए होंगे, है ना?
जी जी।
क्या कहूँगा, क्या बोलूंगा, डांटूंगा, सुनूंगा, गले लगाऊंगा, क्या चल रहा है?
वो खुद हमको समझाता था घर वालों को कि आप चिंता मत कीजिए, और बोल देना कि हाँ मैं यहाँ सही हूँ, साथ हूँ, और घर पे कोई चिंता की प्रॉब्लम ना करे।
तो मनोबल एकदम मजबूत।
आते थे खुद ताकत भर देते थे, जैसे गुब्बारे में हवा भरी जाती है, इस तरह ताकत भर देते थे।
आपके अंदर एकदम मनोबल भर देता?
अंदर वालों के टीम के हम खुद भर देते थे, इतनी हिम्मत की।
अच्छा।
वो हिम्मत के बीच में हमारी भी हिम्मत
बनी
छुपी रहे।
हम चाहेंगे कि बहुत समय मिले आपको मंजीत के साथ, वक्त बिताने का समय मिले। परिवार के लिए बहुत संघर्ष का वक्त रहा है। आप पहले भी एक घर में हादसा हुआ?
जी जी हाँ, वही भी बहुत लंबा हादसा था, जो कि वही चोट से हमने बड़ी हिम्मत करके जो जीवित हैं, कि हमने एक बेटा खो दिया, दूसरा माताजी आज पर्वत ने अपना आंचल खोल दिया बाहर, वो मेहमानी उनकी पूरी हो गई, पर्वत भी की इलाज बच गई, हमारी ही बच गई।
बाबा बौगनाथ की बहुत पूजा हो रही है, वो भी सुरक्षित भेज रहे हैं बेटे को बाहर?
जी जी, तब नाम है हो गया।
गले लगेंगे बेटे से?
बिल्कुल, टाइम मौका मिलते ही गले लग जाएंगे।
कि कौन अंदर फंसे हुए थे? भैया। कहाँ के रहने वाले हैं आप लोग? यूपी से? जी सर। यूपी में कहाँ से?
सरावस्ती डिस्ट्रिक्ट।
अभी आपको अंदर बुलाया जा रहा है, क्या आप एम्बुलेंस के साथ ही ट्रैवल करेंगे?
जी सर, बिल्कुल सर, हम लोग फैमिली मेंबर है ना सर।
हाँ
जी सर।
तो सीधे हॉस्पिटल जाएंगे साथ में आप लोग?
बिल्कुल, उनका ट्रीटमेंट करेंगे पहले तो, अगर उनका हेल्थ सही रहेगा तो फिर भी मतलब कि एम्बुलेंस में उनको बिठाया जाएगा और हॉस्पिटल में लेके जाएगा, उनका ट्रीटमेंट करेंगे, चेकअप करेंगे उनका। तो अगर उनका हेल्थ सही रहेगा, स्वास्थ्य सही रहेगा, तो फिर भी मतलब कि उनको लेके जाएगा, और अगर हेल्थ नहीं सही रहेगा तो फिर भी लेके जाएगा उनको।
गबर सिंह 41 मजदूरों में से एक, जिसने हिम्मत बांधी रखी है अंदर, और बाकी लोग जो टूट रहे थे, मनोबल टूट रहा था, मनोस्थिति टूट रही थी, तो योगा कराया, उनको गेम्स में बिजी रखा। उस गबर सिंह के भाई जयमल सिंह नेगी इस वक्त आज तक से एक्सक्लूसिव बातचीत कर रहे हैं। पहली प्रतिक्रिया, गबर 41 मजदूर सब बाहर आने वाले हैं?
बिल्कुल बाहर आने वाले हैं, और बस अब इंतजार की घड़ियां जो है अब अंत की तरफ बढ़ रही है। प्रकृति भी बहुत प्रसन्न है, और तमाम पे
लग रहा है वो पहली झलक देखना, ये इंतजार जो है मुश्किल लग रहा है अपने?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बहुत मुश्किल लग रहा है, बस व्यग्र है हमारा मन बहुत व्यग्र है।
17 दिन तक आप यहीं बने रहे, मैं आपसे पिछले 10 दिन से रोज बात करता था, आप परेशान दिखते थे, कभी आपका मोराल बढ़ता था, कभी डाउन होता था। अभी मन में क्या महसूस हो रहा है?
नहीं, अब तो वो सब भूल करके अब तो खुशी का वक्त है, वो सबको सोचना अभी इस समय बहुत उचित प्रतीत नहीं होता है कि उन पलों को याद किया जाए।
घर वालों को बताया, खबर दे दी?
अब खबर दे दी है मैंने।
क्या किया?
मैंने उनको कह दिया कि बहुत जल्दी हम मिलने वाले, फिर वीडियो कॉलिंग साहब से बात कराते हैं। तो वो लोग
भावुक हैं वो?
बिल्कुल भावुक, निश्चित रूप से। अब मिलन के लिए भावुक हैं, पहले बिगड़े के लिए भावुक थे।
हम क्यों रोए? तुम अच्छे हो, भले हो, बात कर रहे हो, बस रास्ता ही नहीं ना है। रास्ता हो जाएगा, बाहर आओगे। हमें भगवान पर पूरा भरोसा है। बोला था कि आज शाम को नहीं तो सुबह जरूर आ जाएंगे मम्मी, भगवान से दुआ करो।
Let's go straight across now for an update to Mosmi Singh live from the Silkyara tunnel end, where behind her the operations are still continuing. Mosmi, it's dark where you are, it's cold where you are, there has been rain a little bit earlier today as well. Has any of that hampered the operation, or it's continuing as we've been seeing it?
See, Shiv, the hurdles that you have listed, there have been several hurdles and they have played truant in their own way. Though I wouldn't say that the rain showers were very light, and in the day everything, it seemed that the entire operations were in full swing and we would see the workers anytime soon. But as the day progressed, you know, the last point, there was a time at about 3 o'clock when they said that they're reaching the final point, and thereafter perhaps they hit some hurdle and 2 meters, because you know, nobody knew what the distance of the debris was, whether it was 57 meters or 59 meters or 60 meters. And thereby, in the press conference in the afternoon at 1 said that that we have reached 55.3 meters and we might have to clear 2-3 more meters of debris. By 4 o'clock, it was clear that 2 more meters was left, and that's what that clearing is happening. We are also told by our sources that some metal also came on the way, and you know, when the rat miners are at work, they are using, it's manual drilling that's happening. They are using drillers and cutters laser cutters to cut the metals. So that is time taking. Right now, I know it's a little dark.
Mosmi, I'm gonna sorry for cutting you short. I'm going to come back to you in just a moment. The reason why I'm interrupting you is we're very honored to be joined by Lieutenant General Atta Hasnain, member of the National Disaster Management Authority. You know, a person who has provided sober, factual updates about what's happening on the ground and has kept all of us, millions of us, glued to India today, very, very grounded and updated as to what is happening. General Hasnain, thank you very much, sir, for your time. I know it's an extremely busy time for you. I won't take much time. Just a few crucial questions that our viewers ask, and I think there's no one better to answer them than you. You mentioned, General Hasnain, that there are a couple of meters left of drilling to do on that horizontal pipeline. You know, we see a lot of surround sound, sir. You know, the ambulances are there, the families have been brought in, there's a helicopter on site, you know, there are people holding garlands and mithai, etc. There's a great deal of anticipation that something is going to happen today, sir. Are you saying that it could or it may also spill over till tomorrow?
See, thank you first of all. I think this is a very important moment. For the last 5 days, I have been expressing caution. And I tend to continue expressing that caution, although I know that we are on the verge of a breakthrough. But in such operations, it's only the final word which counts. You see, contingencies can come up in the last centimeter too.
Yes.
And that is something which I am always prepared for. And I would like to prepare the environment for that always. So while we express a positive tone at this time, the last 2 meters also have to be pushed through. There can be metallic objects or concrete blocks, etc. in those last 2 meters. Thereafter, we have to push the pipes a little further to stabilize the pipes, to make sure that people can clamber onto them, be able to put the stretchers on them, to be able to get the people out from there. You'll find that the complete methodology of bringing them out has already been rehearsed by the NDRF a couple of times.
Yes.
And that is what they are going to adopt. But we are waiting for the final word of those 2 meters. Now, I also want to tell you that since yesterday, 10 meters of progress has been made through this manual digging method by the so-called rat miners.
Yes.
But and along with them, other diggers from the Corps of Engineers and others. This is an extremely difficult process which they have done. And in a very enclosed space, they have come across obstacles, metallic objects which have been cut with the help of all kinds of cutters. To work in that enclosed environment is a very, very challenging job. And therefore, hats off to all of them who have worked together on this.
We unequivocally salute all of the rescue workers, especially.
Advice, anyone who wanted to help was welcome to come and help. We had the former Director General of Border Roads, General Harpal Singh, who volunteered and was enabled to the spot. He has been there for the last 3-4 days, and his contribution has been immense. And yes, you're right, this approach is not really the army approach, I would say it's the Indian approach.
Yeah.
The Indian approach has been outstanding. All of government, everyone coming together in an emergent situation, primarily to save lives, 41 lives which were at stake. And not to forget that there were a plethora of people working together, the SDRF, the NDRF, army engineers, everyone working here together. Their lives were at stake too. And we wanted to make sure that the risk is minimized. Not to forget at the end of it all, right from the top, the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister to the PMO, down to the last man. That's what has been making the difference. But I pray that all this will finally end in a complete success.
A complete success is what we want. A complete success is what everyone in the nation is currently praying for. And we join you, General Hasnain, in congratulating and, doffing our hats to all of those rescue personnel who are doing an amazing, dangerous, risky job. They've got families as well who will be anxious about their well-being. So we join you in praying for a complete success. Thank you so much for your time, General Hasnain. A great assurance for all of us and all of our viewers that someone from the Indian Army has taken charge and in many ways become that conduit for factual information from the crisis site. We're taking a very quick break, but our coverage is non-stop. It continues right after this. I've got a big update for you when you're back.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
अब सबको बदलना चाहिए, दुनिया बदल रही है। आज हमारी माताएं बहनें आज हर उस क्षेत्र में आगे आ रही हैं जो कभी पुरुषों के लिए वर्चस्व माना जाता था। तो इसलिए दुनिया बदल रही है, हम सबको भी बदलना चाहिए। और आप दुनिया को देखिए, केवल भारत को देख करके आप बात मत करिए। दुनिया में किस तरह से, दुनिया में और भी इस्लामिक देश हैं जहां पर वो आगे बहुत बढ़ रहे हैं, आगे प्रगति कर रहे हैं। आज कंप्यूटर का युग है, तो हर चीज को केवल धर्म से जोड़ करके नहीं देखा जाना चाहिए। आज हर देश, दुनिया बदल रही है, तो हम सबको भी बदलना चाहिए।
छोटी छोटी बच्चियां आती हैं, वो उस प्रकार के सूट साड़ी नहीं पहनती हैं, वो अलग प्रकार के कपड़े पहनते हैं। मगर उनके कपड़े हैं, हर लड़कियां ऐसा पहनना चाहती हैं, तो उसको लेकर क्या आपत्ति होनी चाहिए कि भारतीय संस्कृति में ऐसा नहीं होता है, ये नहीं होता है। उसकी स्वीकृति है समाज के अंदर, तो स्वीकृति है। स्वीकृति नहीं होती तो फिर कोई और बात होती। लेकिन वो जरूर मैं कहूंगा, आपके पास कहीं है कुरान के अंदर ऐसा, तो अवश्य जाएं, टीचर्स को दिखाएं और उनको समझाएं, ये हमने ये लिखा है, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए। फिर वो निर्णय कर लेंगे। और कहीं नहीं लिखा है तो वो इसको मुद्दा ना बनाए।
Weather forecast now.
Delhi, maximum 23 and minimum 16 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 27 and minimum 25 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 31 and minimum 20 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 26 and minimum 19 degrees. Chennai, maximum 29 and minimum 25 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 29 and minimum 20 degrees.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a B&P Group company.
A beautiful blend of tradition and modernity, breaking patriarchal shackles. A walk that has irked many fundamentalists. A video of Muslim students walking the ramp in a fashion show organized at a college in Uttar Pradesh's Muzaffarnagar has gone viral. Calling it a step taken to do something creatively different, the students explained that they wanted to show that even hijab can be fashionable.
हम ये कहना चाहते हैं कि ये फैशन में भी आ सकता है बुर्का, ये नहीं है कि सिर्फ लड़कियां घर में ही पहन सकती है, फैशन के में भी आ सकता है बुर्का.
The faculty at Shri Ram College supported the students' initiative. The students' ramp walk has offended the radical Muslim groups. The Jamaat-e-Ulema expressed strong disapproval, stating that the burqa is not an item for fashion display. The group has also threatened to pursue legal action if similar events are held in the future.
हमने यही बात कही है कि या तो वो इसके ऊपर अंकुश लगा ले, अगर आइंदा वो ऐसा प्रोग्राम करेंगे तो जमीयत-उल-उलमा इनके खिलाफ कानूनी कार्रवाई के लिए लड़ेगी, चाहे हमें हाई कोर्ट जाना पड़े, सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाना पड़े, इसलिए कि किसी भी मजहब के ऊपर टिप्पणी करना किसी का मौलिक अधिकार नहीं है. उन्होंने हमारे बुर्के को टारगेट बनाया है, बुर्के को इस्तेमाल किया है फैशन में, जो उनको एक राइट नहीं दिया गया है.
While the conservatives are questioning the fashion show, the students are breaking new ground, sending a message of empowerment. Bureau Report, India Today.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a B&P Group company.
Things are tantalizingly close to the victory mile. We are now just 2 meters away from the rescue of 41 Indian workers inside the collapsed Silkyara tunnel in Uttarkashi district of Uttarakhand. The families of those 41 workers trapped inside have been working for 17 days, and now it all boils down to 2 meters between safety and what has been 17 days inside what so many people believed could have been a death trap. Those 2 meters offer many challenges. The drilling of those 2 meters is not going to be easy. But here's the very latest that we're breaking to you in our non-stop primetime coverage of India's biggest rescue. This is the last mile viewer of this rescue operation. The rescue teams are being very cautious. They are not in a rush because they've got to get it right. There are still many possibilities of risks and challenges. Over 400 hours of rescue operations are now in their final lap. And that's the reason why failure is simply not an option for this amazing, brave crew that is risking its own life for the lives of 41 of their compatriots who are trapped inside the Silkyara-Barkot tunnel in Uttarkashi. 2 meters of drilling is left. That pipeline has almost completely been inserted. Certain precautions are being taken. All of these being conducted manually. Remember, where machines have failed, the human hand has succeeded. It's the big lesson from this rescue operation. But we'll talk about that a little later because the celebration will happen once those men are safely out. Mausami Singh, who's with us live from the tunnel site, has been reporting right through what has proven to be an extremely crucial, and anxiety-inducing day for the families, for all of those who are watching, who feel very, very personally invested now in the well-being of those 41 men. Mausami, one of the big things over the last 24 hours has been where machines have failed, humans appear to be succeeding. Where a lot of Western technology, has come a cropper, it appears that, certain controversial techniques being employed are actually showing results. It's amazing, Mausami.
Absolutely, it's the triumph of the human spirit, of the unity and the belief that one can succeed if one tries. And that's what we've seen throughout this entire rescue operation, Shiv, that has hit many obstacles. Several mechanisms, several plans being executed simultaneously. Till afternoon, there was vertical drilling that was happening, and that had reached almost 46 meters, we were told, and even more later in the day. And the horizontal drilling went on till Friday with that auger machine, and then all of a sudden there was a complete blackout because the only hope that that the humans thought was that machine that would actually bail the workers out. And here, the rat miners, they stepped in. And I've said that earlier, ordinary men doing an extraordinary job. And how brave they were when they were taking this errand. They said that we are going to help our fellow brethren there. And they were very confident that they would crack this one. And that's one reason, we've seen an entire amalgamation of agencies, of state and the union government coming together right at this focal point of the I see some activity. Perhaps I don't know it's too far to zoom in, but at the
we've got visuals on our screen showing some kind of commotion, Mausami. Yes, keep going.
Right. So, I believe that that either the Chief Minister, Uttarakhand Chief Minister is leaving the spot, because we can see that Innova, which you can see in the visuals, that's leaving the spot. General VK Singh was also here. All the family members have been told to go back and have their dinner. So perhaps an indication that this entire event could take more time. Satya, can you just zoom in on that car? I think the Chief Minister is leaving, and we will try and get a sense. I don't know whether we can really sprint there. Satya, let's try and get to the Chief Minister. It's the Chief Minister, Satya. Get.
We've got a zoomed frame on the Chief Minister, Mausami. Don't worry about that.
Well, we'll get a mic there. Sir, CM साहब, sir, थोड़ा बता दीजिए परिस्थिति. So perhaps he indicated to us there that he will be communicating something. He just told us to wait, Shiv.
Okay.
So the Chief Minister there, leaving the spot, he hasn't gone off. She has not gone out. He's gone to the core planning room perhaps, and there. Thereby, perhaps we could get an indication from him that what's happening there inside, because 2 meters was the stretch that they had to complete, and then ferrying the 41 workers out would also take some time. So the central government, the state government, all the agencies, they are on high alert. We are seeing that the Chief Minister is right here on ground zero. That really means that, you know, the breakthrough is not very far away.
Breakthrough not far away. Let's hope that Pushkar Singh Dhami, the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, has some good news to relay. Mausami Singh spotting the Chief Minister leaving from there. It appears that there could be some good news to share. We're going to wait for that until we get it from official channels, including the Chief Minister's office. General V.K. Singh, Union Minister, has also been on site, as have been Prime Minister's office officials. But the thanks in large part needs to go to the workers on the ground. They're the ones taking that risk, and the tunneling is not going to stop, Mausami. We just heard Lieutenant General Atta Hasnain confirm to us that the work is not going to stop, like it has been continuing through the night these last few days. Even now, with lights, with all kinds of equipment, that tunneling will take place. So it could take place, overnight. There could be a breakthrough as well.
Oh, absolutely, Shiv. It could be late in the night or overnight that the breakthrough is very close. Importantly, you know, as you just spoke to the man who was really in the thick of things, and he also highlighted the fact that, you know, we are ready for any hurdle, any ups and downs, and even if there is a centimeter left, we know that there could be a hurdle or an obstacle, and that's why, you know, the agencies and the government seem to be in hold of the situation, in control of the situation. But, you know, the fact is, the harder thing to manage is the emotions. The family members, they've been waiting to assure the workers inside that you will see the light of the day, and it will be the light at the end of the tunnel, to tell them to hold on. That's the difficult part, and that's why, you know, everybody wants it quick. Even the agencies and the administration would want that it's sooner than later that this happens, because everybody is waiting, Shiv. And, you know, there have been family members who are from the poorest of poor backgrounds. They've been speechless. They've been waiting out in the cold. They've just gone out. They've just been taken to have some meal. But that's going to be a very hard time for them, because they hope that by the afternoon their loved ones would be out. But I would still say that it's going to happen. A little more patience, and then it will be a triumph of sorts for all the people who've really been involved, and all the people and countrymen and women who have been praying.
I think you make a very important and empathetic point, Mausami. The families that have been waiting anxiously for 17 long days, were hoping that today would provide that kind of a breakthrough. I think the spotlight on this story has suggested that their loved ones would be able to come out. That's also because of the indications that have been coming from the site. But the sun has set. It's dusk over Uttarkashi, and we expect that this operation could yield some kind of a breakthrough overnight as well. And we hope that the families that have spent an absolutely unimaginable 17 days of anxiety and fear for their loved ones will only have to wait a little bit longer before they can finally exhale and celebrate. Mausami, some of the families have come there. Many of the families have chosen to remain, but the administrators of this rescue operation have been in touch with those families. Where are these families staying? Who's taking care of them? are they being attended to at this point of time? Because this is a very precarious situation, where tempers can fly, emotions can spill out as well, Mosmi.
Absolutely, Shiv, and my heart goes out, goes out to all the family members who've been waiting. It's been a very long and harrowing wait for them, and also for all the family members who are at home, who couldn't make it here. It's a particularly difficult situation, and many family members, I was told, had come earlier and then they were told to go back, and only one representative of one family is really here, and they are from the poorest of poor backgrounds. And I spoke to one of the fathers who said he'd lost his older son at a construction site in Mumbai, and the second son was actually caught here and trapped here in the tunnel. So, heart-wrenching stories like these, and I really think that they've also shown a lot of grit and determination and patience. They've stood by the agencies, stood by the government, and the only reward and the only prayer that they want answered is that they can see their loved ones hale and healthy and see them smile and with them. And so, it's been a lot of prayers, a small temple here that's seen devotees coming and thronging and praying, a lot of prayers that have been done all across the country, and a lot of technical know-how, a lot of coordination, unity amongst governments and nodal agencies, over a dozen nodal agencies we've seen. And even as you mentioned, the rat miners, ultimately they are the warriors who are on the ground trying to get these prayers answered, giving it a finality of sorts. And there is no way there could be another way as far as, the results are concerned, when everybody is so into it and it's so coordinated. And that's why we see this end result. Anytime from now, whether it's 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, India Today will be right here to get the live images of all the workers coming out, Shiv, and we'll try and get that glimpse, that moment of the family reunion after a very, very long and dark night.
Mosmi, thank you very much for that update. Of course, we'll keep coming back to you. Needless to say, our team there on the ground, Mosmi, Ashutosh, Amit, Ankit, are all going to be there overnight until the workers are rescued. Before I go back to our reporters on site, take a look at this report from the hospital, where the trapped workers will be immediately taken once they emerge from inside the tunnel. This report by Omkar Bahuguna from that hospital in Uttarkashi.
इस वक्त हम मौजूद हैं चिन्यालीसौड़ सामुदायिक स्वास्थ्य केंद्र पर। यही वो स्वास्थ्य केंद्र है जहां पर जो है 41 मजदूरों को शिफ्ट किया जाना है और यहीं पर उनका प्राथमिक उपचार होगा। आप देख सकते हैं किस तरीके से जो है अलर्ट मोड पर इस सामुदायिक स्वास्थ्य केंद्र को रखा गया है। सामुदायिक स्वास्थ्य केंद्र चिन्यालीसौड़ के रूप में ये जाना जाता है। यहाँ पर ये देखिए पैरामिलिट्री फोर्स में ये आईटीबीपी के जवानों को यहाँ पर तैनात किया गया है। आईटीबीपी के जवानों की तैनाती इसलिए कि यहाँ पर कोई क्राउड अंदर इंटर न कर पाए, इस बात का ध्यान रखा गया है। यहाँ पर तमाम जो चिकित्सक हैं उनकी टीम जो है तैनात है, जो कि 41 मजदूर जो फंसे हुए टनल के अंदर थे उनका चिकित्सकीय उपचार यहाँ पर किया जाना है प्राथमिक, और उसके बाद इन्हें एयरलिफ्ट करने की बात भी सूत्रों के माध्यम से सामने आई है। कैमरामैन आदेश नोटियाल के साथ ओंकार बहुगुना, चिन्यालीसौड़।
And Ashutosh is again live with me from the tunnel site. Ashu, the family members are waiting. The sun is set. This could be a big breakthrough sometime overnight, as Mosmi and you and your team have been telling us, because the drilling itself is not going to stop. That's going to continue overnight until these men are rescued. 2 meters is not a lot of distance to cover, considering the the progress that has been made in the last 24 hours.
Shiv, looking at the efficiency of these skilled workers who did it manually in a traditional way, the challenge is not actually the drilling anymore, looking at what they have been doing. The challenge is to actually ensure pushing those pipe, the escape tunnel, or you say the 800 dia pipe, exactly to the safer place from the end of those that debris area, because you do not want casualty for both the workers and the rescuers. So because the machine is actually aligned on the auger machine, the machine is very much there, and this auger machine, what exactly it will do is the pushing the pipe inside the debris. So for the safer area, the breakthrough has been achieved. They are able to see the workers on the other end, but you have to make a safe passage for the pipe. This is also reaching towards the debris end, but you require at least 2 to 3 meter a safe passage for the pipe, because once the pipe is led on a certain safe distance and making sure there is nothing falling from the top, from the cavity of the mountain which has collapsed inside, and once it is assured that people will be safe, only then the evac process can be completed, because you don't want to be jeopardizing the entire operation. So far there have been no casualty, no injury, nothing, so you don't want to risk the operation. What I feel a little strange, Shiv, that I see here right behind me in the tunnel, only if my camera can zoom inside and see that entire country is waiting for the first glimpse of this entire operation and the success of it. Somehow I see the authority in a very strange manner have put out a curtain, literally blocking the view of what is happening inside. And in fact, at this time, in the light that is visible inside the tunnel, we were able to see exactly what is happening. So even if there is a evac taking place or anything taking place at 200 meter distance, from the camera we were able to see everything. So far there have been transparency. I really don't understand this strange approach of the authorities, literally putting out a sheet of curtain and blocking the view. If there is an operation happening which is already underway, just 5 minutes ago, Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami was here. He went inside. General VK Singh went inside. They carried nearly 41 garlands, and of course there will be a grand welcome of those trapped workers. This was a race against time, literally for 17 days. But now, because more and more transparency you bring for the people, it is, of course, look at the people across the nation. Probably at the moment, entire world is watching. They want to see how this evac is taking place. Of course, they have been giving information. Sometimes there have been even communication blockade, because there have been, of course, sense of disappointment whenever every operation failed. So at this moment, any development that need to be shared with the people with regards to this evac operation, this is not some strategic operation or something. It is an evac operation. People wants to know. They have been waiting for this moment, and if this is the day, it is not going to be less than a festival for their people, for the family, for everyone, those who are waiting for their safe evacuation. So as we know, the rescue ops and evacs is extremely at the crucial juncture. We are at the last leg, and any moment we could hear the good news.
We hope to hear that good news, and believe me when I say that all of us are so deeply invested in the safe emergence of all of those 41 men. We join the families in praying at this point of time that all it's going to take is another couple of hours maybe before they come out. India Today is continuing to staying live on this. Remember, the 41 workers trapped in that tunnel in Uttarakhand faced another setback 24 hours ago after the auger machine, that giant tunnel boring machine, broke down. Its tools simply broke. Authorities turned to rat miners, a practice that is considered controversial, banned in some places, to help rescue the men who've been stuck since November the 12th. But who are these rat miners? What is rat mining? What is this procedure that's being used that has resulted in such dramatic progress towards the rescue? How will they help rescue the workers? Take a look at this report.
Unyielding debris forces colossal machines to retreat. Human hands take charge. An antiquated method of coal mining, particularly in the remote northeast, now utilized in one of the most challenging tunnel rescue operations in mountainous terrain. A team of rat miners has taken on the task, constructing a passage for the 41 trapped workers to crawl through. The method involves taking small shafts in earth, often only wide enough for a single miner to descend at a time.
ये बताइए, जो प्रोसेस है पूरा, आप लोगों का अंदर जाएंगे, बड़ा कठिन परिस्थिति है, किस तरह से काम करेंगे वहाँ पे?
मतलब जो एक फावड़ा लेके जाएंगे छोटा सा, जिसके लिए एक ठेली की जरूरत पड़ेगी। ठेली के उससे मतलब तसले में रख के उसका मिट्टी आएगी बाहर निकालने के लिए।
कितना बड़ा तसला रहता होगा वो, कोई आइडिया क्या?
14 इंच का।
14 इंच का?
हाँ जी, 12 इंच का चलेगा।
अच्छा,
मतलब 800 का लाइन है। हाँ। इसलिए कोई बड़ा पाइप होता तो मतलब
बड़ा तसला ले जा सकते। तो एक बार में कितना मलबा तकरीबन आप उसमें रख पाएंगे, कोई आइडिया है अभी?
एक तसले में 6-7 किलो बनेगा। और कितना बनेगा?
6-7 किलो। 6 लोगों की टीम जो जा रही है वो किस तरह से काम करेंगे? वो क्या शिफ्ट में काम होगा? कौन तोड़ेगा, कौन मलबे को खींचेगा?
इसमें 2 आदमी हम पहले जाएंगे, जो तसला भर के ट्रॉली पे रखेंगे।
ठीक है।
बाकी 4 जने खींचेंगे।
अच्छा।
वो थकेंगे, फिर हम लोग 2 जाएंगे, अल्टरनेट करके जाएंगे।
शिफ्ट में काम?
हाँ, शिफ्ट में काम करेंगे।
Equipped with hand tools, the rat miners burrowing through a 2.5-foot pipe thrusting into the debris, clearing the rubble manually. This comes after delays caused by mechanical drilling snags in the Uttarkashi tunnel. Employing multiple strategies simultaneously to safely extract the workers in the final but critical stage of the rescue. With Amit Bharadwaj and Ashutosh Mishra, Bureau Report, India Today.
It's the final lap of a 17-day rescue operation that we're talking about. And India Today has brought you updates on each and every one of these 17 days. This is what it has looked like. It's a story that has taken many, many twists and turns. But there is no doubt, viewer, that we are now on the threshold of a glorious climax. The victorious emergence of those 41 workers. Let's pray for all of them. Let's pray for those rescue workers who are risking their lives to bring the trapped workers out. Hopefully, fingers crossed, tonight. We're taking a very quick break, only for a short while. We're going to be shifting focus to the campaign winding down in election-bound Telangana, where India Today's Akshita brings you a special report from Warangal. Very, very important. The land of the Kakatiyas in poll-bound Telangana. That's next, and I'll see you at 7 p.m. as we continue our prime-time coverage of the tunnel rescue.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest. Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
The best view of an Indian election is always from the ground, and I am back on the campaign trail, gauging the mood of the voter this election season. Join me, Preeti Chaudhary, as I come together with the #1 election team in the country, where we'll bring to you the most in-depth ground reports, the sharpest analysis, and the most accurate numbers on exit poll day, 30th November.
उत्तर प्रदेश में योगी आदित्यनाथ जी की सरकार बनने के बाद से ही ध्वनि विस्तारक यंत्रों को हटाने को लेकर के जो कड़ा संदेश दिया था, उसमें किसी प्रकार का कोई पक्षपात नहीं किया, ना कोई मंदिर, ना कोई मस्जिद, कोई भेदभाव नहीं किया। ध्वनि विस्तारक यंत्र ये नुकसान पहुंचाते हैं पर्यावरण को, और इसको जो गाइडलाइंस है ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट की, ऑनरेबल हाई कोर्ट की, उसका अनुपालन करते हुए ध्वनि विस्तारक यंत्र हटाए गए थे। और आज ये सरकार में लोगों का भरोसा है कि कितने भी मंदिर या मस्जिद से ध्वनि विस्तारक यंत्र हटाए गए, कहीं पर किसी प्रकार का कोई प्रतिरोध नहीं हुआ। ये योगी सरकार में लोगों का भरोसा है।
कोर्ट ने, प्रशासन ने पहले ही एक मानक तय कर रखा है कि इस वॉल्यूम से ज्यादा आप लाउड स्पीकर किसी भी धार्मिक स्थल पे नहीं बजाएंगे। अब एक नया शिगुफा है कि पुलिस प्रशासन जाकर के मस्जिदों से, मंदिरों से, जो भी धर्म स्थल हैं, वहां से जाकर के माइक उतारेगा। ऐसा लगता है कि माइक लगने के वजह से ही उत्तर प्रदेश में क्राइम बढ़ रहा है, महिलाओं के खिलाफ हिंसा बढ़ रही है। तो ये डाइवर्ट करने की कोशिश है, और ऐसा बताया जा रहा है कि इनकी कुर्सी हिल रही है। उसको मैनेज करने के लिए ये सब किया जा रहा है।
मोदी जी के हैं 2 यार, ओवैसी और केसीआर।
మోదీ గారి రెండు ప్రియతమ నేస్తాలు, ఒకటి కేసీఆర్, ఒకటి ఓవైసీ. मोदी जी के दो यार ओवैसी और केसीआर. మోదీ जी के दो यार, ఇద్దరు స్నేహితులు, ఒకరు కేసీఆర్ మరొకరు ఓవైసీ. केसीआर चाहते हैं कि नरेंद्र मोदी दिल्ली में प्रधानमंत्री रहे. కేసీఆర్ గారు ఆశించేది ఏమిటంటే నరేంద్ర మోదీ గారు ఎప్పుడు ఢిల్లీలో ప్రధానమంత్రిగా ఉండాలని. और नरेंद्र मोदी चाहते हैं कि केसीआर तेलंगाना का चीफ मिनिस्टर. అదే విధంగా నరేంద్ర మోదీ గారి ఆశ ఏంటంటే రాష్ట్రంలో కేసీఆర్ గారు ఎప్పుడు ముఖ్యమంత్రిగా ఉండాలని.
राहुल के दो प्यार, एक इटली एक मोदी. राहुल के दो प्यार, एक इटली एक मोदी. इटली क्यों? उनकी अम्मा वहां से आई. मोदी क्यों? क्योंकि मोदी उनकी ताकत है. मोदी के लिए राहुल ताकत है, तो राहुल के दो प्यार, एक इटली और एक मोदी.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
Millions of dollars into Indian companies of this favorite group.
As the investigation into the cash for query storm intensifies, the CBI has initiated an inquiry on the orders of Lokpal in the case pertaining to Mahua Moitra. The TMC MP faces allegations of leaking her Lok Sabha login credentials, including a password, in return for gifts and cash. The leak was allegedly used to raise parliamentary questions against billionaire Gautam Adani. Facing fire, Mahua Moitra has repeated her claim of a political witch hunt against her by the Bharatiya Janata Party. She pointed out that Lokpal has no full-time chairperson to take the CBI decision. Welcoming the CBI inquiry, meanwhile, the Bharatiya Janata Party called the charges against TMC MP grave in nature.
Us to office. The responsibility of a member of parliament is to function as the voice of the people who have elected us to office, not to function as agents of certain corporate entities. I hope that the law will take its course and truth will be out very soon.
पार्लियामेंट की कमेटी है, एथिक्स कमेटी ने भी जो सिफारिश कर दी है, सर्वप्रथम तो उनकी सदस्यता से उनको मुक्त करना चाहिए और ममता जी को आगे बढ़कर कहना चाहिए इस बात को लेकर, अगर वो संविधान में विश्वास रखती हैं तो।
এদের প্ল্যান এখন মহুয়াকেও তাড়িয়ে দেওয়া, তাতে তো পপুলার হয়ে যাবে 3 মাসের জন্য। যেটা ভেতরে বলতো সেটা বাইরে বলবে। মূর্খ না হলে কেউ এই জিনিস করে ইলেকশনের 3 মাস আগে।
After Mamata Banerjee's recent backing for Mahua Moitra, the TMC and Congress have also claimed witch hunt against the TMC MP.
The demand for additional
While Mahua Moitra had claimed that she used Darshan Hiranandani's Dubai office only for secretarial work, the IT ministry logs paint another picture. These show the logins into Mahua Moitra's account from Dubai, New Jersey and Bengaluru, often within minutes. But that was when Mahua Moitra was either in Kolkata or in Delhi. Bureau Report, India Today.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
Co-presented by आपका जॉय भारत का जॉय जॉय ई-बाइक. Co-presented by Nexa, Create Inspire. Co-powered by Parul University, Vadodara, Gujarat.
Live here on India Today on our special broadcast of the Telangana election, and the countdown is well and truly on to elections. Voting will commence on November 30th, 2 days from now, and the campaigning has now come to an end here in the state of Telangana. And what an aggressive campaign it's been by every political party involved. No doubt it's going to come down to, of course, the numbers on December 3rd. But political parties' last mile campaigning that we saw today, we saw all the big parties, all the big political names right here in Telangana, and even video messages being put out at the very last minute. With the code of conduct coming into play now, campaigning has officially come to an end. It's over now to the voter to decide who he or she will choose at this point. It's been an interesting campaign personally for me to cover as well. Perhaps one of the most active ones by every political party, the BRS, Congress and BJP, because they know what's at stake and they're all in with a fighting chance right now. I've been traveling across Telangana to get you the latest ground reports on the mood of what's happening right now in the state. Which way is it going? Towards the BRS, the Congress or the BJP? We'll have to wait till December 3rd to find out, or on November 30th when we get you our exit poll numbers as well. But in the meanwhile, here's a look at what's happening on the ground. Here's my special report from Warangal.
నిలబెట్టుకోవాలి కదా, ఎందుకంటే ములుగు నాది కదా.
सबसे ज्यादा विधायक भी ट्राइबल पार्टी के पास है. एक और विधायक बढ़ा दीजिए तो हम इसको आगे ले जाएंगे.
Warangal, the city of the Kakatiyas. Where beautiful architecture greets you at every turn. This popular tourist hub, home to so many Kakatiya gems including the 1,000-pillar temple, is a sight to behold and has seen a slew of development work as well. This temple has a rich history, having survived multiple desecrations, and with its beautiful intricate carvings stands tall in the heart of Warangal. The beauty of this temple is breathtaking, and despite getting the tag of a UNESCO heritage site, hasn't really grabbed attention like so many other monuments in the country.
అయితే ఇది కట్టిన తర్వాత 600 సంవత్సరాల తర్వాత ఇక్కడ ప్రతాప రుద్రుడు అనే రాజు ఉండేవాడు. అయితే ఇక్కడ అప్పుడున్నటువంటి ఢిల్లీ సుల్తాన్ అల్లావుద్దీన్ ఖిల్జీ మహమ్మద్, ఆయన వైష్ణవ ద్వేషి, సుమారు 3000 దేవాలయాలను ధ్వంసం చేయడం జరిగింది. అందులో భాగంగానే ఇక్కడ దండయాత్రకు 6 సార్లు వచ్చినప్పుడు ఇక్కడ విజయంగా సాధించారు. కానీ 7వసారి అపరాత్రి వచ్చారు. అప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి విష్ణుమూర్తి విగ్రహాన్ని, సూర్యభవన విగ్రహాన్ని ధ్వంసం చేసి తీసుకెళ్ళడం జరిగింది. అప్పటి నుంచి ఇప్పటి వరకు కూడా రుద్రేశ్వరుడు, ఏదైతే సాలగ్రామ శిలలో ఉన్నటువంటి శివుడు మాత్రం ఉండిపోయినారు. ఎక్కడైనా కానీ మీకు శివాలయం ఎదురుగా నందీశ్వరుడు ఉంటాడు. ఇక్కడ విష్ణువాలయం ఎదురుగా నందీశ్వరుని పెట్టారు. ప్రతి చిన్న విషయంలో కూడా చిన్న శివకేశుల భేదం లేకుండా వాళ్ళు పెట్టడం జరిగింది. అవి నందీశ్వరుని కూడా మనం చూసుకున్నట్టయితే విష్ణువాలయం ఎదురుగా ఉంటుంది, చూడడం సూర్యాలయంగా ఉంటాయి, చెవులు శివాలయంగా ఉంటాయి. మామూలుగా మనం విష్ణుమూర్తిని చూసుకుంటే గరత్మంతుడు, సూర్యునికైతే గుర్రాలు ఉంటాయి. అట్లా కాకుండా ఇట్లా కట్టుకోవడం జరిగింది. అలాగే నంది వెనక భాగం అంతా కూడా కళ్యాణం. శివుడికి అభిషేక ప్రియో శివ, అలంకార ప్రియో విష్ణు. కాబట్టి విష్ణుమూర్తికి నిత్య కళ్యాణం జరగాలి. కాబట్టి విష్ణువాలయం ఎదురుగా నందీశ్వరుని వెనుక కళ్యాణ మండపం జరగడం జరిగింది. అక్కడ నిత్యం కళ్యాణం చేసేవారు. అది 2006లో ఏమైందంటే 2 స్తంభాలు కూలిపోతే దాని పునర్నిర్మాణ పనులు జరుగుతున్నాయి. అదొక 400 స్తంభాలు, ఈ ఒక 600 స్తంభాలు, మొత్తం కలిపే 1000 స్తంభాల దేవాలయాలు. అందరూ కూడా రాగానే ఫస్ట్ 1000 స్తంభాలు ఏవి అంటారు. కాకపోతే ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ నిర్మాణం మనం చూసుకోవాలి. గోడలుండవు, కేవలం స్తంభాలతోనే గుడి. కాబట్టి దీన్ని వైస్తంభాల దేవాలయంగా పిలవడం జరుగుతుంది.
We start our journey fittingly from the Thousand Pillars Temple.
What brings lakhs of people to the beautiful city of Warangal is this structure around me, the Thousand Pillar Temple, constructed back in the 1100s, 1163 AD, and is an example, perhaps the finest example, of the beauty and the architecture of the Kakatiya dynasty. Warangal, when you enter, you'll see several prime examples of these kind of structures. The city has managed to keep intact a lot of its historical significance. But away from all of the beautiful monuments that you see around me, here in Warangal right now, the focus is on the tense political battle as well. 12 seats in all that are up for grabs in Warangal, 10 of which was with the BRS last time around. So it's considered to be a BRS stronghold. But there's a lot of talk about winds of change in the air, about people wanting to kind of move away from the BRS. Now, is that really the case? We travel through Warangal to find out.
So will Warangal choose BRS again or choose change? Locals have highlighted several civic issues that they want addressed.
बहुत मुश्किल हो रहा, घर देखना, एक बार आगे देखना है, हमारा घर कितना छोटा है, कैसा जी रहे हैं हम लोग, नहीं आया, हमारे कस्टम से हम बन लिए, कुछ भी नहीं बना है भाई, क्या अरे छोटे छोटे घर बन लिए जी, छोटे छोटे बन लिए, कौन दिया हमारे को? कोई भी नहीं दिए जी, कोई भी नहीं दिए हमारे को, खाने वाले हम घर में से लेने वाले ले रहे हैं।
अगर सरकार बनी तो 5 लाख रुपए देती घर बनाने के लिए,
वो कब तक है सार, वो आए तक कि हम लोग ऐसे बोलते हैं, लेकिन आगे बाद में कोई भी नहीं आते, हाथ उड़ा लेते हैं, कोई कुछ भी नहीं करते हैं ना।
One of the many interesting battles this election will be in the largest assembly segment of Telangana, the town of Mulugu. Why? Because the two-way fight here is between BRS and Congress, which is between two women, and two women with Maoist links. The beauty of Mulugu is unseen to the world, especially the historic Ramappa temple here that lies deep within this town, with very few tourists actually visiting the temple.
This is the beautiful Ramappa temple in Mulugu district. We've traveled quite a distance, almost 6 hours from Hyderabad to get here. But it's important also to show you this site. It's a UNESCO heritage site, a beautiful temple, again from the Kakatiya dynasty. And this temple has become the sign and the symbol of Mulugu district. Why are we here? Well, besides, of course, the beauty that you see behind me, politically speaking, Mulugu is extremely crucial. It's the largest assembly segment in the whole of Telangana. And to see a very, very interesting battle, which I thought would interest you. You've got the Congress fielding Sitaka, who is a former Maoist. She's up against another woman. The BRS has fielded for the first time a 29-year-old Nagajyoti, who is the daughter of a slain Maoist. In a district where